Every time the woman took a bite of ice cream, the little girl opposite her would also take a bite. The woman thought it was quite fun, and the little girl was having a great time too. But the next second, she put down her spoon, revealed a wicked smile, wiped the blood stains from her watch, and silently walked up to the little girl, knocking her ice cream to the ground. Her name was Bella, a top-tier assassin who killed about 10 people every day. She had a violent temper and a strange personality. If she encountered an elderly person coming downstairs slower than a tortoise, she would point fingers and curse. He maintained an arrogant and condescending attitude, showing no regard for men, women, or children. Even at home, he didn't intend to waste time. He took out cosmetics, rubbing his face until it was whiter than a wall, then poured out poison and sprinkled it on the table. Grabbing a bottle of strong liquor, he lay down on the sofa, posing as if to commit suicide, waiting for his superior to assign him the assassination mission. Upon entering and seeing this scene, his superior was startled. He hurriedly went to check, but unexpectedly, a patrolling security guard. Footsteps approached. Security noticed the closet, which had been fine moments before, was open. They began searching the entire team, but after a long search, they couldn't find a single person. The security guards thought they were overthinking it, unaware that Bella was hiding in a suitcase. She changed her clothes and sneaked into the party. Just as she was about to approach the tycoon to carry out her assassination, she discovered that the tycoon was bullying his grandson. The grandson angrily ran back to his room. Seeing this, Bella thought of a safer assassination method. She followed the boy back to his room and coaxed him undot. Grandpa called the boy upstairs, and Bella, having taken the bait, locked him in the bathroom. The tycoon, upon entering the room, was immediately captivated by Bella's beauty, instantly forgetting his affair with his grandson. His eyes were glued to Bella. Bella made an excuse to close the door. While the tycoon was analyzing his qualities, Bella quietly pulled out a hairpin and stabbed it directly into his eye, then injected him with a vial of poison. The tycoon immediately went to collect his lunchbox, completing his mission. Bella was rushed home when her boss came to tell her some bad news. One of her assassination targets had survived and was currently being treated in the hospital. Knowing Bella's appearance, the man had to pay the police at the intersection where she was being treated to kill her. Meanwhile, Officer Mao arrived at the hospital, intending to ask the victim about the killer's appearance. But the doctor told her the patient was still unconscious, and she had to wait at the door. While waiting, Officer Mao went to the restroom to fix her hair. Unexpectedly, she bumped into Bella, who had infiltrated the hospital disguised as a doctor. Fortunately, Mao didn't know she was the assassin, and Bella didn't know she was a police officer. When she left, Bella even mocked Mao. When Mao came out of the restroom, she found everyone in the ward had been killed, and the only witness had his throat slit. After dealing with the aftermath, Bella returned home and received another assassination mission. This time, however, she didn't plan to bring a gun because she couldn't bring it in. She used various technologies and Bella concocts a bottle of poisoned perfume, then disguises herself as a waitress and infiltrates the banquet. Once inside, she pretends to pour drinks for the guests, but in reality, she's observing her target's every move. Finally, she waits until the woman goes to the restroom. Bella follows her, but is suddenly stopped by the butler behind her. The reason is that waitresses aren't allowed in the VIP restroom. Bella pretends to be going to deliver an enema to a guest. Seeing this, the butler doesn't know what to say and agrees to let her in. She finds the woman. The woman then began promoting the perfume she held. Bella, an investor, didn't want to miss out on this promising product and opened the perfume to try it. The moment she opened it, Bella was terrified and retreated several hundred meters. She saw the woman spray the perfume on her hand and get a tattoo. Bella almost laughed out loud. The woman then ordered Bella to call an ambulance. Bella watched the woman with a look of enjoyment, feeling distressed because this was one of her favorite methods of murder. Only then did the woman realize she had been murdered. Even after the woman collapsed, Bella was still dissatisfied. She wanted to squat down and mock her one more time. Having completed her mission and returned home, Bella was angrily slammed against the wall by her boss. This was because one of her previous missions was to fake the survivors' suicides and kill them. But Bella had killed the doctor and police officer in the hospital room instead. Before the two could finish their conversation, Bella's boyfriend suddenly showed up at the door, creating an extremely awkward situation. Bella quickly explained that the old man was her brother. Her boyfriend, seeing this, didn't believe her. Upon receiving the news, Bella quickly went up to shake hands, and then sent her boyfriend away. Just then, her boyfriend noticed some unused perfume in the trash bag. Feeling it was a waste, he picked it up and took it with him. Soon, the two people in the room heard a loud bang at the door. Opening the door, they saw her boyfriend had been hit by the perfume. Later, Bella's boss told her that after the incident at the hospital, a policewoman named Sister Mao began investigating. That night, Bella searched online. To her surprise, she discovered that this Sister Mao was the same person she had bumped into in the hospital restroom. Bella planned to secretly kill Sister Mao behind her boss's back during her next mission. She never expected that such a small clinic would hide such a stimulating service. It wasn't surgery or treatment, but it could make people with this fetish travel thousands of miles to experience it. Little Fatty was a regular at this place, completely unaware that today's doctor was a top-tier assassin and also possessed castration skills. Unaware of his hobby, he was still grinning. Bella glanced at the order form. Little Fatty had bought an 8-minute egg massage. Everything was ready. Bella picked up a large pair of pliers. You must stop! Even if she crushed the egg, Bella was still not satisfied. She wanted to turn the gas cylinder to its maximum pressure, suffocating Little Fatty to death. Finally, she wanted to turn his head around and watch him die with great enjoyment. Soon, Officer Mao and her old partner arrived at the scene. To make it easier for them to stay here and investigate, the two moved all their luggage over. Bella was watching them from not far away. Just then, Sister Mao received a phone call. After hanging up, she discovered her suitcase was missing. Sure enough, Bella had stolen it. Looking at the tacky and ugly clothes inside, she almost vomited up her pancakes. But the green silk scarf looked all right. Forced to go to the store after losing her luggage, Sister Mao saw a belt hanging nearby and put it on without thinking. Unexpectedly, a high-class trap appeared immediately, and this was precisely the trap Bella had secretly planted for him, also conveniently including a listening device. From their conversation, he learned that Sister Mao was going to take the subway to meet someone. Bella, timing it perfectly, followed her. Just as the train arrived at the station, he watched Sister Mao get on the train, smiled slightly, and followed her. Unexpectedly, he was suddenly grabbed by Sister Mao's partner. It turned out that the partner had noticed that Bella's scarf was the same as Sister Mao's, and thus stopped him. Bella lied, claiming she bought it on the nearby black market, and quickly left. Her partner, having no proof, could only follow her. Bella, realizing her scheme, played along, leading him to a bar. At midday, amidst the crowd, Bella turned and flashed a wicked smile before attacking the man. Her partner, realizing he'd hit the jackpot, was now trapped. Mao Ji, alerted by the news, arrived only to find the body gone. Mao Ji wept at her partner's death. 3 days and 3 nights later, Bella sent her luggage back via express delivery. She opened it to find it filled with many new designer clothes and a bottle of expensive perfume. However, a small note beside it shocked her. Bella had actually fallen for Mao Ji. To be honest, Her taste was rather strong. Furthermore, Bella's actions without her superior's permission, including killing a policeman, greatly diminished her superior's trust in her, leading to the immediate revocation of her special privilege of acting independently. Her superior handed her the address of her next mission. She was to travel to England with her colleagues to assassinate an official. Upon arrival, the man who picked her up was the squad leader for this mission. However, as soon as she got into the car, Bella looked in the rearview mirror and saw that the person sitting in the passenger seat was her ex-daughter. The two stared at each other in surprise, and then started playfully fighting in the car. The reason? Bella had dumped him years ago. Fortunately, the squad leader stopped them in time. Little D and the captain were exchanging information. At this time, the captain was unaware that Little D and Bella had previously interacted. Soon, the three arrived at the official's door. To be on the safe side, they split into two groups. The captain went to the back door to guard against the official's escape, while Little D and Bella went in through the front door. The old mother, who opened the door, was startled to see two beautiful women looking for her son. She thought her son was messing around outside again. The two quickly explained, "We are your son's colleagues." Only then did the old mother realize. Relieved, she quickly invited the two men into her home, treating them well and immediately calling her son back. If she had known then that the two men were there to kill her son, she would have ruined her eldest son's life. The official returned home and immediately sensed something was wrong. She made a sharp turn and fled in another direction. The three men immediately gave chase in their car. Along the way, Zhao Di poked his head out, carrying an M4, and fired a burst at the official's car. During the burst, spent cartridge cases kept hitting Bella's forehead. Soon, the official's back window. Li was beaten to a pulp. The team leader, Zhang Zhuang, shouted loudly, causing them to miss the intersection during the chase. The three then turned around and gave chase.